about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. So welcome to my channel, and today I'm sharing precious moments with Angel. So Angel is my guinea pig. She's my guinea pig daughter, and I love her implicitly. And she's 5.5 years old. She used to be diabetic, but she's a recovered diabetic since a year ago now, because we're now in January 2022 when I'm recording this, and it's January 2021 when she was diagnosed as being recovered, basically, and came off her insulin. So when she was a diabetic, she moved to live with my mum and dad because I couldn't inject her because I got a fear of needles and blood. And I really couldn't do it. I had a panic attack in the vets, and I had 24 hours basically to get her to have someone who will look after her. My mum's excellent with guinea pigs, and so that's how she came to live with my mum and dad. And my mum takes such good care of her, and she gets all the treats, don't you, Angel? You have hay rings, and she has sticks full of different nuts and fruits, and she has piggy mix, and she has like so many different vegetables like spinach and broccoli and special things like parsley, and she has little bits of cucumber, and she just like has green beans, peppers, little corns, so much different foods. And so she's really loved by my mum and my dad, and they look after her really, really well. Hey Sandra, nice to see you, sweetheart. Oh, hello Liam, lots of love for me and Angel. Oh, she's gone camera shy. And so yeah, so unfortunately when my mum cleaned her out this morning, Angel had some blood in her cage. And so I'm still Angel's mum, but my mum and dad are like grandma and granddad guinea pig, and so they phoned me up and let me know, and we took her to the vets today. But she's still been eating, and she's still been going around fine. Thanks for the thumbs up. Lots of love to you. And but obviously my mum was worried about her. So I met my parents at the actual vets. I had to do power walking. I haven't been very well myself, so that was really difficult for me to get walking again. But I managed to do it in like 29-30 minutes. So that's quite incredible considering it's the opposite end of the city. And anyway, I was rushing to get there. This woman was like, "Are you all right?" Because I was like, at the last bit, rushing to get there. And yeah, it was just like, it's just like, I just really, was worried in case I would miss her going into vets, in case, and I hope she's okay. Yes, Liam. So she, to cut a long story short, she went into the vets, and she's got been diagnosed with cystitis, which is what I actually said in the car to my parents, because I met my parents there, but I got in their car and waited with them, and I'm at my parents' house now, obviously. And she was diagnosed with cystitis, and I said I think it's cystitis, so it's like a urine infection, in other words. But yeah, obviously it's not very much blood, they said, but because it's for a guinea pig, it is quite a lot. Because like guinea pigs are really small and they don't have much blood, he said. So he, but he checked her all around. She got no wounds or anything, which is really good. So they've got my parents have got a course of antibiotics for her. I paid for it because she's still under my care. For all the vet bills, but my parents pay for all her food and hay and stuff, which I'm really grateful to them for. So and I have insurance that I pay for her monthly. So yeah, so I guessed in the car it was cystitis, and they said, as far as I can tell, it is. She got treatment of 5 days of antibiotics, but actually this with my mum and dad, then my mum's given her that. She gave her the first lot earlier, although I tried to help my mum a bit, but it's a bit weird because we have to dilute it. And so you've got to be careful, like, to put this stuff in solution in first, 2.0 milliliters, and then you've got to actually put water in to dilute it as well, so it tastes better for us. It's a bit strange because you've got to be careful not to get it back in the water, so it's all kind of a bit weird. But yeah, she took it down, didn't you, like a champ? And yeah, you're doing a wink. I saw that wink. And so that's really good news. And so she had her first lot earlier, so she's on that twice a day for 5 days. And then she goes back next Tuesday. I'll meet my parents at the vets again, and she'll go next Tuesday to get checked out to see that she's okay. or what else they need to do, if anything. The only other thing they thought it could be is a mass in her bladder, but they can't find one, which is really, really good news. So they do think it's a case of cystitis, which is what I guessed. So that's usually, you can get that clear with antibiotics. So hopefully that is it, because obviously we don't want a mass, because that would require surgery, and she's 5.5 now, so she's still like quite young, but she has lost some weight as well. So obviously that's the other factor that's a little bit concerning. But hopefully, once she's got the infection sorted out and not got it anymore, then hopefully she'll be fine. She had her blood sugars taken, there's nothing wrong there, so she's not gone back to being diabetic or anything, so that's really good. But she's beautiful, and I just want to say it's very important that we share precious moments with our loved ones in life, because you never know how long we're going to be here for. And it's very important that we spend precious moments together, and that we really value the time we've got in this life, because obviously the world with the pandemic is very difficult for a lot of people, especially with their mental health. And there's still people like who are here 1 minute and gone the next, and people who are very critically ill and stuff. And and when you do have just love, pure love, like from me and Angel, when you have pure love, it's really, really important to respect that. And it's really important to spend as much time as you can with your family and your loved ones, whether that's furry loved ones or family that's blood related, or family you choose for yourself, like as in really good, amazing friends. It's really, really important, because we only get one life, and we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And so we must treasure every precious moment we've got. And I think a lot of people focus so much on work, and they forget to live in the here and now. There's things I do now that are for my future, but I do know that it's important to live for now. Even when I got diagnosed with my disability in 2012, which is fibromyalgia, it really changed my viewpoint on things. I'm just going to try and move this. Oh, you okay, darling? I'm just trying to move a pillow for my back, because it's hurting me. There we go. Another pillow. That's a bit better. And so it's very important to treasure every precious moment, because we don't know what's going to happen. And so we can be so much fixated on the we can be so much fixated on the future that we forget to live in the present day, and that can be terrible, because then we could regret not doing something in this moment. So it's important to tell your family and your friends and your loved ones that you do love and care about. And sometimes even with my friends, they might think I'm a bit mad, but sometimes I just go, I love you as my friend, because I think it's so important to tell people that. People get very worried about saying to someone they love someone. They get so kind of shy about saying to their friends they love them, because they think, oh, their friends are going to be weirded out with it. But I mean, if you just say to them, look, you're my friend and I love you as a friend, and I just want you to know what you mean to me, and just say words of appreciation, like, I really appreciate you being here. Because I mean, I appreciate everyone being in this community on this channel. I really do. There's some people that watch me that maybe watch me that I don't actually speak to anymore, because I've had quite a few guys in my inbox, including like in the last 24 hours. They seem to think I owe them like getting into my country in the UK, and it's like, no, why do I owe you anything like that? Complete strangers. I had another foreign guy in my inbox, and he's like, I watched your videos, and he's like, oh, you can sponsor me to get into UK. It's like, I'm not rich and made of money. The majority of things I do for asexuals, I do for free. As you know, I've been doing free content on this channel for 5 years. I have one book out for asexuals. I've got another one coming. And yes, I have changed my mind so that I'm going to be doing a book publishing business. But do you know how long it takes to build that up and stuff? Like, I quit a full-time job last year. I was working full-time, but I was off sick for a lot of it because it was no good for my health. And so I did leave, but it was a manager's job, very well paid manager's job, right? So it's only since like December the 16th that I've actually decided to go fully and focus on book publishing rather than anything else. And obviously asexuality is my main focus because this is who I like to help the most. But I don't understand where these guys get the idea from that I'm got this means to sponsor them to come to the UK, and why would I do that with a complete stranger, even if I had? But the point is if you need sponsorship, you have to go to HMRC, go to their website and actually look at the list of sponsors. You have to be a registered business sponsor to sponsor someone coming to the UK, right? I live on my own. I have to pay my bills and my rent and my food myself. I don't have money spare to pay for another person. I actually currently have disability benefits. Finally, at last, because I was diagnosed with my disability in 2012. But when it became so poor last year I couldn't work, then, you know, finally, by the benefit system, I had to go off full-time job and go in to benefits to get support. Now, you know, some people might be ashamed of that, but I'm not ashamed of it, because at the end of the day, I got myself out of a job that made me really poorly after a year, and my mental health suffered terribly, and my physical health suffered a lot. And so I'm like rebuilding my life again gradually, you know, but I'm still experiencing a lot of other health issues at the moment. You know, I was in the doctor's on Friday and I had to have an ECG and stuff like that, so I've been feeling a lot dizzy and stuff. So I've been trying to get myself better from that. So, you know, I have a lot of different health conditions and they kind of like interfere with each other sometimes. You know, but my point is, it's like, you know, I am thankful for this community. You know, there might be people that I decide to not, you know, this guy, I'm like, I told him to leave me alone, you know, and blocked him because I'm not prepared to have guys in my inbox. Do you know how many foreign guys I get in my inbox wanting to come to UK? They either want to marry me basically to get a visa or expect that I'm going to get them over here. I don't have the power and means or money to do that. So, you know, just because I like foreign guys doesn't mean to say I'm going to get a stranger to come to UK. I'm not going to do that, you know. But life is precious. I hope you're all right too. Thank you, Liam. Yeah, I've been really poorly. I mean, I had to have a heart ECG on Friday because my heart's been like beating you know, like beating fast and stuff. And I've been feeling really, really dizzy. Went like hypoglycemic Tuesday evening. You might have noticed one of the nights I wasn't streaming. And so if I haven't been streaming as much lately, it's because I've been poorly, really dizzy, and it's been difficult. I wanted to do my work on my Asexual Guide to Sex book in the last 3 days. I've done an hour and a half's work on it because I've been too poorly. And then today, you know, today was an angel day because, you know, that's what I mean. Sometimes you just have to leave work and decide, you know, that you're going to put people or someone first in the precious moment, you know, because Angel was poorly today, and I thought, right, if I get the opportunity to go back to my parents' home with them, then I want to take the opportunity to spend some time with Angel because I haven't seen her since New Year. And, you know, and that to me is more precious. I mean, I do want to get the Asexual Guide to Sex book done, don't get me wrong, but I've been poorly anyway. And I was just thinking only this week I could do with some Angel therapy, because obviously when me and Angel talk to each other, she's like really relaxed now. When me and Angel like together, we bring out the best in each other. She's very, very calming for me. And as you can see, I'm completely calming for her. You know, she really relaxes. She falls asleep on my lap. It's like, oh, mummy's here. Oh, I can rest. Don't get me wrong. She loves my parents a bit. She gets on very well with them. But, you know, there's always a special bond between mother and daughter. And me and Angel have a very, very deep special bond. She was, you know, I got her as a baby, as a tiny baby in the palm of my hand, you know. So we've grown up together. Even she was with me for 1.5 years of her life, you know. And so we've still got a very, very special bond. I'm still very connected to her. Still can tell when something's wrong. I can usually tell when she's lost a bit of weight. I can find things that are wrong with her that other people can't find. I'm very in tune with her. And so both of you are valuable. Angel is adorable. Thank you, Liam. It's lots of love to you. Yeah, so, you know, and I'm glad you said I'm valuable, you know. I do get a bit sick of foreign guys thinking they can use me. You know, I'm a kind, caring, loving girl, but it doesn't mean to say I'm going to be used by guys to get into the UK. That's completely impossible. So if any guy happens to be watching this, you can just forget that right now. I have absolutely no means or the money or the situation to get you into the UK. I don't want marriage. My flat I've been living in as a single occupancy person for years. My landlord won't allow another person to live with me. I intend never to move out of there, you know, for the foreseeable future. I love it there, you know. I've got, you know, I have my home there. I have everything I want in life. You know, I don't actually need to be with a guy because I can take care of myself, but that's it. Myself comes first, you know. These guys get some like ideas of entitlement, and you know, and I don't want to spend precious moments of my life dealing with these people. Like 2 people I blocked last night. One was this guy trying to get me to sponsor him in the UK, and he just wouldn't really leave. He'd take no for an answer. So I don't want to. First of all, I told him I don't want a relationship with a guy abroad. So I don't get involved with guys abroad anymore, because I don't. I purposely do not get involved with guys abroad, and because I don't want what's happened last year to happen again. I'm not interested in that. Guys just can't get over to the UK, and the ones that can are already over here usually, and usually sexual, not asexual, right? And and I will never marry. I don't want marriage, and I don't, they're not going to live with me, because I live on my own and have to live on my own. So there's absolutely no way, hope that I will be with the guys that want me to be with them. And why would a guy who's a stranger who comes in my inbox expect me to sponsor him when I'm not even a sponsor in the UK? I don't have a company. I'm a self-employed writer, right? Which technically I've got a self-employed business, but I'm not like, if I was earning so much money, then I wouldn't be on the benefits I'm on, and I'm glad that I'm on them, so I can actually finish my Asexual Guide to Sex book. I might not be on them forever, but at the moment, and and I can get that done, but it's taking ages because I keep getting affected by my health, which is why I've got limited capability for work, and I can't actually work at the moment, which is why I'm getting support, and sometimes in life you just do these things, but I have a lot of, health problems. But having said that, I'm still a very happy person in general, and I love life, and I make the best of it as much as I can. And that's what this video is about. It's about making the best of your life no matter what happens, because we don't know what's around the corner, and it's better to be happy with what we've got in the now, and just be grateful and thankful as possible, and just think as positive as that you can. It's hard with everything that goes on in the world, and I wanted my health to be so much better this year. You are so valuable, beautiful. Why some people want to use you? You are better than those ways. Thank you, Liam. Yeah, I get sick of guys trying to want to use me, and they're very dominant as well. They're like telling me what to do. It's like, you should help me then. It's like, get a life, mate. It's like I say to them, help yourself. It's like, oh, but I'm secret about asexual, can't tell my family. I'm like, it's not my problem. Everyone's got a choice at the end of the day. If he chooses to live under his family's roof and doesn't want to tell his family he's asexual or any other foreign guy, that's up to them. It's not my problem to say, hey ho, I'm going to, freeload off me. I'm not that type of person. I haven't got those means to do it. And the fact they even do that to any woman is disgusting. Would they do that to her mother? What if a strange guy popped in their mother's Facebook inbox and just decided that they wanted their mother to pay to sponsor them to come over to the country or whatever? It's absolute garbage. And I'm sick and tired of these foreign guys trying to use me. Just because I'm attracted to foreign guys doesn't mean to say I'm going to be used by one. They give foreign guys a bad name. It's disgusting. There's no wonder so many British women actually don't like foreign guys. Look at this. This is how relaxed she is with me, because even when I'm a bit distraught and I'm a bit like blah blah blah, look how relaxed she is. She's got a little paw out. I don't know if you can see that. So when a guinea pig has their paw out like this, it means they're so relaxed that they totally trust that they're the person they're with. See this little paw here? Oh, do you see it? Yeah, she's got a paw in my hands and she's literally going to sleep. So even though I'm a bit like distraught in the fact of what these guys are doing, she knows I love her and she knows that she's safe with me, And this is what I mean, you just can't beat these precious moments, and we don't know how long we've got. And when we can just be with someone who loves us like this and totally trusts us, just imagine how beautiful that is. And there's also a guy I was talking to last night who was going in one of my groups, and he wasn't being honest in some of the things. He wasn't being particularly nice in some things, and so I just blocked him in the end. I really can't be doing with it, wasting my life. Life is so precious. They are probably living in their mother's basement. Well, they are living with their parents. One of them wasn't. He was living on his own, supposedly, in a shared house. But he wanted to join my dating group, yet he said that I asked him a lot of questions about something he said, and he was like, I said, so this friend you've got, asexual friend, are you hoping to have a relationship with him? And I'm like, well, if you are, then why are you in my dating group trying to look for another woman? It doesn't make sense. And also his age, he didn't tell the truth about. He said sorry, but it's like, you know your age, right? You're not stupid. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I can't be doing with it. I really can't be doing with people who are dishonest and tell lies. I just can't be doing with it, you know. And it's not really fair on the people in my groups, you know. If you're going to have someone coming in telling a lie about one thing, what they're going to say. And because I haven't been very well, he decided to do something really horrible, going, oh, you're not well at the moment. I said, don't be like that with me, you know. That's a really not a good guy who says stuff like that, you know. So I can't be dealing with these people in my life. You know, I just blocked. I just don't want anything to do with them, you know. It's just a waste of my life. And life is so precious. You know how short it is at the moment for some people, you know. And we don't want to be wasting our time on people that just are out for themselves and selfish and dominating and controlling. I'm like, I mean, that is what really puts me off a lot of foreign guys at the moment. A lot of the ones I keep coming across are very dominating and controlling. But I think, you know, it's just the ones that keep approaching me that are like that. I don't think every foreign guy is dominating and controlling. And I want a guy in the UK anyway, because I want a westernised guy, because I'm a lot less likely to be like that if they've already lived in the UK and appreciate the culture's different and that women aren't treated like that. But it's really weird because in foreign countries, usually the woman's the head of the household in a lot of foreign countries. And also they have deep respect for their mothers, the woman in the household usually. And I don't think they go around expecting, or maybe I'm wrong about this, go around expecting their mothers to like pay for stuff for them. But having said that, I've met some of them that actually their mothers do the paying. And they're a bit like a mummy's boy. So maybe that's not actually true. But it's like, I can just imagine if they had someone who came in their mother's inbox last and that they would literally probably get so angry with the guy who did that to their mother. They probably feel like smacking him one or something, because they probably think it's just so rude and disrespectful and just horrible to do that to any woman. And I don't know what the world's coming to when we've got these guys who think they can do this to women. It's like, you know, women don't owe you anything. They've got their own lives. They got, you know, especially when I live on my own. I mean, do you know what I mean? I have to take care of myself, and I've done a very good job of that. You know, so this year I think it's very important for us all to make sure we treasure the precious moments, make sure we spend time with the ones we love. Oh, she likes eating my hair, so she chopped a lot of it off earlier. Like this great big piece and started eating it, didn't you? I don't want you eating my hair. I mean, literally, I don't want you falling off either. You're better off on your own than those kinds of people. Exactly, Liam. I'm much better off on my own. I did tell the guy, first of all, this guy, the first one, I said to him that you know, the one that was interested in me sponsoring him get over to UK, you know, first of all, he said, I want a relationship. I'm like, but I you know, I don't get involved with guys abroad. And then he started going on about, you know, his country. I mean, does he not think there are other guys in a similar situation to him? I get so many guys going, oh, in my country can't be out as asexual. I thought, just imagine if all the guys who said they can't come out as asexual in their country actually came out. Because there's so many of them. But it's not my fault they're not coming out. If they're not brave enough to stick up to their family, then friends, and actually going and getting a job, being on their own, in their own place, and actually being who they were born to be, asexual, and actually admitting it to the world and their family and friends, regardless of what their family and friends said, if they shun them, if they disconnect from them, if they put them on their own, you know, and be brave and courageous and actually do that. If they actually did that, you know, then, and they actually all came out as asexual, the world will be a better place. You know, there's so many of them. Like, oh, no one's out. But I mean, there are people out in foreign countries. I'm friends with Indian guys that are asexual and they're out and loud and proud of being asexual in India. And I even get Indian guys come and go, oh, no one's out in my country. Can't talk about it. It's like rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I know people who've got brothers and that, and their families know about them being asexual, you know. And some of them are actually in, you know, quite well known in the media. And it's like, geez, you know, it's just like ridiculous. It's like, if you choose to live with your family, you don't want to tell people you're asexual, then you have to deal with the consequences of that, right? And if the consequences are that you're feeling repressed or that you have to go around being secret, that's fine, you do that. That's your choice. But everyone has a choice to choose to be with the way they need to be with their family, in their family toes, or they need to go and get their own job and move out and go and live on their own to a foreign country themselves, not sponging off some woman or some girl or some person, and actually, stand their own 2 feet. If they can't, I mean, I would not want a guy for a relationship who cannot stick up to his family and just say, look, I'm asexual and this is the way it is. I do not actually really feel very good about those type of guys. I think they're very weak. I don't think they're very strong. And of course, I'll probably get a lot of people going, oh, well, you don't understand. It's not like that. I mean, fine. And then if you choose to be in secret, that is not my problem. Don't expect to sponge off me just because you want to keep it a secret. You've chosen that life, which means you stay at home in your parents' home, have a nice cushy life. I have to live on my own, support myself, pay for all my bills myself, right? If you choose to stay with your family, we're paying for the bills, they're paying for your food, they're paying for your rent, and you have to keep your asexuality hidden. That is your choice. You prefer that lifestyle. That's thanks for the thumbs up. That's your choice, isn't it? But don't come around asking and begging me to sort it out. The amount of guys that get going, oh, you've got to help me. It's like, no, I don't have to help you. I don't have the means to help you for a start. And no, I don't have to help you. You help yourself in life. You make your own choices, right? For every action, there's a reaction. Of course there is, There's bound to be. But, that's your choice, isn't it? But I want to spend my 2022, with people I love and care about, people who respect me, people who value my time and value my worth. I'm not going to be sitting there my time taken up with people who are just very selfish and out for themselves, don't even care about me, couldn't care less than just grabbing onto someone, for the sake of their own personal selfish means. It's absolutely disgusting. So we must spend time with our loved ones, with our precious ones. I'm not doing dating or relationships anymore. I'm not actively seeking that anymore, so I don't want to waste my time. I've done that for 7.5 years. I've given it a really good go. I can help obviously a lot of people. Currently I'm still in dating groups. Currently I'm still on asexual dating sites. Hello Sandra, stopped by to say hello, and I hope that you're doing well. Oh look, that's Megan, she's come to say hello. Well, I'm doing better today actually, but Angel wasn't so well. Well, she wasn't so well. Well, she's been okay in herself, but she had blood in her cage, but at the vet said it's cystitis, so she's got antibiotics, but she hasn't bled since, so it was just this morning, but it was a bit of a shock for my mum. So, but yeah, she's okay, as you can see. She's eating and drinking fine, lively in herself and loving me. Oh, poor baby, at least she's better. Yeah, well, she's got antibiotics, so she only started them today. But yeah, she's better, as in that she's well within herself, as in she's eating and drinking. There's no wounds, so they think it's a urine infection. It's cystitis, so it's quite, serious to get it sorted. So yeah, within 5 days she should be okay. But she's going for another checkup next week to see if there's anything else that needs to be done, or if she's going to be all right then, But she's very precious to me, yeah. But I haven't been well. I've been really, really suffering with dizziness ever since I went to the gym. There's only been a couple of days I've been all right, most of the days. But yeah, so but I've done a couple of things to try and reverse the problems I had, and I have been feeling less dizzy today, much better than I have been. I'm still having a few issues, but I am getting better to what I was, so this is good news, because I really want to be well this year. I didn't intend to be poorly. I tried the gym, and it seems like it's one of the worst things I could have done for my health, because I've got fibromyalgia, ankle break, made all that worse, but made my, just made me really poorly. So I won't be going back there again. My thing is dancing anyway. I love to dance, but because of COVID, I can't go clubbing at the moment because I can't have the vaccine because I've got too many allergies and it's too risky still at the moment. So, and I got sick last time I went clubbing. 2 days later, I got sick with a chest infection for 6 weeks. Don't forget, I've only just got over that at the beginning of this year. So it's been quite a stressful time. But yeah, so, so I just this year's my intention to try and, eliminate as much toxicity by people who don't care about me and who are trying to come in my inbox for my own their own means and stuff, and to actually spend time with precious people who mean a lot to me, and to obviously spend a lot more time with myself and do things I love. I obviously I'm still finishing the Asexual Guide to Sex book. I know I've been saying this, like I started it in June 2019, but it's a really amazing book, and I definitely will get it published. I keep saying to people, I'm going to publish it then. It doesn't happen because I'm still writing it. And unfortunately, my health and stuff has got in the way, and I hold my hands up to that. But I always think everything happens for a reason in divine timing. And sometimes, you know, things do get pushed on much later than expected, and it's all for a reason. It's because, like, God, the world, the universe is just preparing us for better things. It's lining things up for us so that the timing's better than had we done it before. You know, so I mean, this book is a lot more developed than it was originally. So originally it was going to be doing absolutely. Oh, thanks, Megan. So basically, with the Asexual Guide to Sex book, it was originally going to be based a lot more on the stories, just the stories, and about, you know, some basic safety stuff about sex, basically, and then my personal stories. But it has got that in it, but it's got far more. It's got a lot of relationship stuff. Megan says hello, Liam. It's got a lot of relationship stuff in there, a lot about advice, about really serious stuff to do with dating and particularly relationships, because it's a sex book, so we assume that most people who are having sex are in a relationship and they're kind of serious about it, because I wouldn't personally recommend having sex as a casual thing. I think for safety reasons particularly, you should know the person well and shouldn't just do that. Obviously there might be people who want to do that, but I'm basing on the fact that most people want a serious committed relationship before they actually have a sexual relationship with that person, or might be people if they're polyamorous, right? So, you know, and it's for asexuals who are thinking about having sex for the first time ever, or who may be lacking in their knowledge and wanting to know more. It's even suitable for people who are not asexual, like virgins, you know, like guys who have never had sex before, guys who have never kissed before. So it's got a lot of relationship stuff in there. I'm actually blown away by how good it is. Like, I write it and I write it down and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe how good this book is now. I like it was good before, but it's even better now. So I honestly believe that it's really good. And I know there's still stuff I need to write. I've still got things I need to do in it. It's not like I'm trying to prolong the publication. It's just I know there's things that I need to finish the book. It's like, it's not like I'm purposely putting stuff in there that doesn't need to be in there. It needs to be in there. But the book is just, I have had to do some research because I know a lot of stuff, especially I have been in heterosexual relationships for half my life in the past. But having said that, you know, there's still stuff that I've got gaps in my knowledge a little bit, so I've had to like read up on that and cross-reference it and just go into a bit more detail. Like, for example, the sex toys. I've never used a sex toy in my life. I've known some people who do use sex toys, but I personally don't have experience of that myself, right? So I've had to, there's a section in about sex toys, because obviously some asexuals might prefer that to sex itself, or they might use that as part of the sex, because it might be more fun to them than actually having intercourse, because a lot of asexuals aren't that bothered about the intercourse itself, you know, and it might make them a more pleasurable experience. They might find they prefer that to the actual doing it with the person, but they might just do it with the person and include some toys to have some fun and actually enjoy it, right? You know, there's loads of different things, but I've included, I don't know if it's about 8 toys or something in there, or it's at least 6 as well. Anyway, so it might be 6, right? I can't remember, but anyway, that section I did a while ago, but it took me a while to make sure I'm doing all the details right, and I'm saying, you know, like I've got to get some safety aspects in there, but without going, you know, you got to really focus on a lot of safety aspects, but without, you know, without making it so like, you know, like it's just about safety and not getting the fun side in there. Do you know what I mean? Has to be balanced. And this book, I've tried to be really objective, which is obviously quite difficult when you've got a lot of, I've revealed a lot of stuff about my personal life, which I've never shared, I don't think, some of it, or I may have shared a few details, but not in this amount of detail. Stuff's coming back to me from years ago, which is kind of hard for me to deal with. Maybe that's why my mindset's been a little bit more off lately, because I'm having to go back into times when I was a teenager in birth certificate age, and I was like, you know, things that I never thought about for years. I'm having to get myself back in that mindset, and that's kind of like really strange, because it's, you know, it's usually quite bad to do that, but I'm having to do that because it's kind of coming back, and I'm thinking if it's a relevant point to the book, it's quite interesting, it's story based, because there's a lot of story based stuff in there, then, you know, it's really good to put that in. But you know, so it's really developing well, and I'm really proud of the book, because I think it's like a safe sex book, to be honest. And I think we need more those types of books. I don't think there's anything, well, I know there's not going to be anything like this on the market. There's going to be books that have got elements of this stuff in, but as a cohesive whole, and particularly geared towards asexuals, and particularly showing how asexuals think and view sex very differently and feel about it to anyone else in the world. I think it's just going to be like amazing. I just think it's just going to be blow people's minds, especially people that aren't asexual. If they read it, they're going to be like, oh my god, this is like opening up a whole new world. And there's lots of gaps in sex education. I mean, I don't know how many people in the world have had rubbish sex education at school, right? And so there's probably people that, you know, don't even know some of the stuff that's in it. There's lots of stuff that I didn't know for years, you know. And so I just think it's such an educational, formal book, even informative book. Sorry, it's informal as well. It's like a chatty blog style book. And I just think it's so good, even if people just read it out of curiosity, even if it's just people pick up the, you know, ways to have a good relationship, a more healthy relationship. I'm not saying I'm perfect or, you know, the be all and end all of relationship knowledge, because I'm certainly not, but I've put a lot of stuff in there and a lot of hard work, and I've tried to be as objective as I can be while still giving my personal view throughout the book. And you know, when it comes to asexuality and our different experiences, we could use all the books and such we can get in order to continue bringing awareness. Yes, Megan, I'm really hoping that a lot of people buy this Asexual Guide to Sex book, because it does help awareness as well. It helps awareness. Anyone can read the book, but even people just buying a copy, because the more people buy a copy, the more it goes up in the algorithm search for Amazon, and people, it will show to more people. And I really want the sexuals to buy it, to be quite honest, because it's sexuals we need to convince in the world that asexuality does exist, it's very real, and show them this is a difference. It's very different when you tell someone who's heterosexual, for example, oh, asexuality is, you know, lack of sexual attraction. They're like, oh yeah, but people are still attracted, you know. And there's kind of a lot of like standoffish stuff, a lot of people disbelieving, a lot of people not really getting it, a lot of people thinking, oh well, you just want a friend. You most definitely, thank you, Megan, for your support. And you know, there's a lot of people that's got wrong thinking, but it's a very big difference between telling people and showing people. When you actually show people the difference, they can't really dispute it, because it's just shown. That's why what's so good about writing, I absolutely love writing, is because you can show people things rather than tell them. And so when you show through the story the words, you know, by people's perspectives and how people react and feel and think, you can just tell that we are definitely different, and that we're definitely a real genuine sexual orientation. And I think, you know, a lot of the time people can debate it and say it, and there is a lot of debate still, but when you have a book like this which actually shows the views towards sex and the feelings and mindset of someone who's asexual by comparison to heterosexual, for example, you just get blown away by the difference. You can feel it. You can get into the different people's minds. These are real life people's stories, right? They're actually completely real. And so you can feel them, and it's like an experience. Like writing this book has been a credible experience for me, you know, but it is very difficult for me because it's brought up a lot of old stuff that I'd forgotten, a lot of explanation of why I am the way I am now in relationships, you know, and I'll probably be judged for it, and they'll be like, oh, well, you should sort this out, and you've got problems from the past, blah, blah, blah. And I'm being authentic and real and saying, yeah, these things happened in the past, and some of them did shape me the way I am today. And, you know, like some of the relationship stuff, they did shape me. It's not why I'm asexual, though. I'm 100% asexual. I have been since I've been born. Hopefully sexuality will be recognised and accepted one day. Yes, Liam. Hopefully asexuality will be recognised one day. Yeah, I'm hoping the Asexual Guide to Sex book really does that. That's what I want it to do more than anything. I want the Asexual Guide to Sex book to get in so many people's hands all around the globe, and they'd be like, what's this book? This is, you know, they want to read it because they're just so intrigued, because obviously it's very controversial, Asexual Guide to Sex, when we're kind of the opposite. A lot of us don't want sex, not interested in it. So it's kind of controversial, bit taboo, bit curiosity title. There is going to be more to the title than that, a lot more to the title, but yes, but I just want people to just think, wow, this is a really different book, and just people want to pick it up just because even the title and the cover and everything, and they're just like, I need this book. Because if we could get this book out to loads and thousands and millions of people, being really optimistic, then just imagine the impact we could have in the world of actually showing people asexuality rather than telling. Because when you show someone, it gets through to their psychology and their mind in a completely different way. It like kind of, you know, it goes into their mind. It sinks in when someone feels emotions and they feel what's happening, and they, you know, like when you see a movie and you feel the emotions of the character, you feel what they feel, you can actually feel the experience and understand how it could happen in real life. That's why some movies are very scary, because, you know, if they're built on, for example, sci-fi and stuff that could happen in the future, and you believe that could really come true, it's quite scary and it's very impactful, and you remember that and you feel it in your body and your cells, if you know what I mean. So if people read the book and they have that same experience, which I feel they will do, then I just think we can impact so many more lives. Because me personally, I have to get the word out to sexuals. That's my mission. You know, there's loads of people who spread it amongst LGBT plus, and that's good, you know, but there's lots of people that already do that, and I will do that as well. But my main focus is getting it out to the greater public, you know, the majority sexuality, which is heterosexuality, because only then will we actually make significant changes, in my personal opinion. Because we need to speak their language. That's another good reason why the Asexual Guide to Sex book is so good, because it speaks their language, you know, because it talks about sex, which they love, you know, and so it's speaking to something they love, whilst also showing people how differently that can be experienced by someone else who's not of their sexuality, and that they'll be able to not dispute it. I don't think after they've read this book they'll be able to dispute that asexual is real, and unless they're completely ignorant and just kick their heels into the ground and just don't even want to acknowledge the reality of the situation, you know. So I just really want to get this book out. I'm very proud of it. I know that when it comes out, I will be spending about 3 months promoting it. I will be talking a lot more on this channel about it, because it's essential for us to get the word out. I really think this book will change people's lives in a huge way. So I'm going to dedicate a lot of my time and life to it this year. There are still other books I want to do after that. There's actually the next Asexual book I want to do after this, which I got people saying, when are you doing that one? Some people who wanted to be in it, people who are wanting to buy it. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not doing anything with that until I've done the Asexual Guide to Sex. So I'm looking at least June onwards when I'll start that book. So it might be that there's 2 books for asexual. If I could get the other one out, because the other one's going to be a shorter one, then that would be good if I could get 2 out this year. But my main priority is Asexual Guide to Sex, because that is the one I really believe that'll change a lot of lives and really make a huge difference. And, you know, that's kind of the theme of this video, is like, you know, treasure precious moments, live in the now and enjoy it, and, you know, kind of get rid of negative energies of the things that don't serve you, and really kind of like make strides in your life and make your dreams come true. Like, it's going to be difficult for me, because obviously with Asexual Guide to Sex, I'm going to be seen as the go-to girl about sex, and, you know, I have got a lot of experience to talk about, you know, but it's kind of hard because obviously I'm personally sexual repulsed for me. But having said this, when because I've been doing the book so long now, for 2.5 years, I am getting, I think, less repulsed about talking about. I think I'm getting a bit more like able to talk about it now more in depth than I could when I first started the book. So I think this is a good thing going forward, you know, even though it's been difficult from a personal point of view of that, you know, but I'm really looking forward to it. So, you know, it's best to treasure precious moments, live your life as best you can this year, and get rid of negative people out of your life, and focus on the positives of people and pets and animals and you're very good, and precious moments, because, you know, we only live once. And, you know, that's why when I do bring the book out, I want to spend a long time promoting it, because, you know, it's going to be essential to get it off the ground and for people to recognize it and, you know, take it on board. And I'm really excited. I think there's a lot of good stuff coming this year, more good stuff coming on this channel. I think you're going to see a lot of good stuff from me as usual, and I just want to keep the momentum going. You know, I want to help people who are asexual inspire their lives to have a happier, healthier, you know, better life for them. You know, like I do have health issues myself, but I always try and be positive and show people that even if you have health issues, you can still get through them. You can still get through challenges. You can still come out the other side. I think everyone's kind of with the pandemic feeling a bit up and down. One minute they might be quite happy, the next minute they might be kind of suffering a bit. And I think we just have to like ride that, you know. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. There's always going to be black and white, rough with smooth, negative with positive, good times, bad times. But we need to try and hold on to the precious moments of the times we spend with the loved ones, and, you know, and the people and furry kids that mean the most to us. And, you know, and just like, you know, realize that life is so precious and short. That's why I'm focusing on book publishing business now, and I'm not focusing and go off on tangents, anything to do with book publishing now. I'm honing down on. I'm actually doing book to do a weekend speaking online speaker training, online, well, it's online and offline, trying to get speaking gigs. I'm doing a boot camp on the 4th, 5th and 6th of January, which is different for me, but it's tied into writing books, so it's get more speaking. So it might just be like seminars or webinars or something online to do with book content, right? Stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that, but it clashes on the 4th with something else I'm doing. I've got physio in the morning for my ankle, but also I am going for the first time ever to a play, to the theatre, to watch an LGBTQ play with an asexual friend who I made friends with originally through Avon, then on Facebook, and then I met them at the last asexual meetup in person. And so she invited me to the theatre because she'd already booked a ticket and said, do you want to come? So I booked to go next to her, sit next to her, and we're going for food and drink first. So the boot camp I've already paid for is on the same day, including the next 2 days, but they got replays, so I'm gonna have to just catch the replay of that one. But it's a lot of hours. But yeah, so I might be able to squeeze 1 hour in the live session, or 1.5 max. But yeah, I'm meeting this friend, food and drink. We're going to the theatre, watching this play, and then there's a discussion panel afterwards of how they're going to help LGBTQ people. So I'm really interested in this. It's the first time I've ever gone to an event like this. So I'm trying to do different things this year. For me personally, I do want to challenge myself to do some things I haven't done before, or do some things that that maybe that I've done but not as much before. So try more things, do more things. And if they don't work out, that's fine. I just think life is too precious and short not to try things. Like I tried the gym, didn't work out, moved on, realised it's not for me, right? But there's other things I want to do. So I think this year, you know, to enrich our lives, we have to spend time and treasure every moment. And we also have to treasure opportunities. You know, if there's new opportunities that come our way, I think we should be going for them and trying out. Like I usually go into a play, is, you know, it's not really my type of thing. I go to the theatre to watch musicals, but I think it's going to be good for me because obviously I'm asexual, which is part of LGBTQ plus, and, you know, and it'll be really interesting to see how people portray LGBT stuff on the theatre, and the discussion panel afterwards will be fantastic, you know. And so I'm really excited about that. I think it's really good that I'm trying something different, and I think part of treasuring precious moments in the here and now is trying new things and trying new opportunities, and growing yourself as a person requires you to get out of your comfort zone and do different things. And so I'm really proud that I'm trying that. I'm really happy I've been invited by this friend. I think I'm going to get on really well with this friend in person. And I think we're going to strike up a really good friendship even more. And I'm just really looking forward to it, you know. So, you know, it's going to be so good. So yeah, just treasure every moment. Me and Angel's got to go. But we wish you. Give Mummy a kissing. But she was eating my hair earlier. I love her to bits. She's so gorgeous. Look at her. My hair looks good at the moment. Look at my hair. It's got a lovely shine on it. Look at that. Oh, look. Oh, she's giving me kisses, little licks. You trying to give me a tongue kiss? You can't do tongue kissing. That's too naughty. But an outer mouth kiss is fine. Thank you, darling, for your kisses. Appreciate them. So yes, I'm going to say goodbye from me and Angel, but we wish you to all treasure your precious moments, precious memories. Thank you for spending some precious time with us today. We really love you to bits, and we wish you the most joyous, happy, fantastic, amazing, incredible 2022 and beyond, whenever you're watching this, and we really do hope that, people make the right choices and decisions for them. People love the life they've got, or they change their life themselves to get a better life, and just be happy, because life is too short and precious to waste it living someone else's life. In other words, doing what other people want you to do. Live your life your way, and be good to yourself and good to others, and just, share the love and happiness. And anyway, I'll see you on the next video live stream. Take care. Lots of love from me and Angel. And we'll say goodbye from there. And we'll see you. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that great please subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live and I will post a new video. And sending love from me and Angel. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye, says Angel.